Hello, hello, beautiful badass, and welcome to episode number 36 of the Magic is in You podcast. I am so grateful you are here today. Thank you so much for tuning in. If this is your first episode, thank you so much for being here. Say hello, shoot me a DM, send me an email. I'd love to hear who's listening. And if this is your 36th episode, thank you so much for being here. I'm so grateful to be connected to you. And I would love to know what you are diving with, what feels fun for you on the Magic is in You podcast, because this is a collaborative, growing, ever evolving kind of project, passion project, and like something I'm super excited to be creating and bringing to life because this is podcasts are something that have like really helped me completely transform my life. We'll put it that way. And that's what made me so excited to really get going and start the Magic is in You podcast because like I had mentioned in past episodes, this was a dream of mine for a really long time was to create a podcast and use that podcast as a platform to really empower women in embodying their self-confidence, embodying themselves, embodying their self-worth, allowing them to tune themselves to tune and tap and turn on the magic within inside themselves, to trust themselves, to know themselves, to grow themselves, because that's been my journey personally. It took me a long time to get to this place to where I could learn to like myself, to love myself, to appreciate myself, to trust myself, to yeah, to really be there for myself. And that's been kind of this journey of tuning in, tapping in, and turning on the magic that was already within inside me, right? It's this light that's with inside each and every one of this. I know you feel this for yourself, and I feel like we're all on a journey, different spots in our journey, but sometimes it's like an ebb and flow with how connected we are to our own magic, right? So sometimes we get in this flow with there's all sorts of things that can cause this flow to start to rumble a little bit and maybe not feels like so magical, but think like life stressors can come and perhaps feel like a little rapid in the river on this flow of our magic and give it a little interruption, almost like things that are happening outside of your control, things in the world, the chaos, like a lot of times there's things in life that come in and they almost feel like they're interrupting our connection to our magic, interrupting our flow with our magic. And in the past, I would have let the interruptions, or I would let interruptions like interrupt my life, interrupt me, and like and be this huge, like almost roadblock that I'd put up to allow myself to sit back and not like continue to grow, to continue to expand, to continue to move and create in a way that felt good for me and in alignment for me in my life. Over the years of learning through my stuck patterns and understanding my stuck patterns that I would get myself into, I started to prioritize self care a bit more. I was working as a licensed massage therapist, and thankfully, our school really encouraged and harped on, I should say, even like really like demanded self care for the massage therapist because as a massage therapist, you are giving both physically, energetically, emotionally, mentally all day long. And it's so vital and crucial that you stay filled up so that you can give from a full cup. Because have you ever had have you ever had a massage from a massage therapist that was feeling burnt out? It's not good for either person, right? So you want to feel good. And so through my 20s, I began to really start prioritizing self-care. I gave myself permission to prioritize it because it was harped on in my school. And I recognized the value and the importance of taking care of myself so that I could give from this overflowing cup. And now as I've grown and transitioned through all sorts of crazy life and all sorts of fun adventures and like grown so much and created so much and like shifted and pivoted so many times, I understand why self care is so important. Not only does it like fill our cup up, but self care, when we are taking care of ourselves intentionally and like getting to know ourselves enough to know what feels like it's taking care of ourselves. Because for a long time, I didn't know what felt like I was actually like taking care of myself. Exercise felt like punishment. Like, oh, I liked hiking, but I always felt like a little bit energetically drained when I would go out hiking with people because it turns out I'm an introvert and I really charge by spending time by myself and doing things by myself. And that's how I like charge up for doing all of the fun things in life. Right. And so through my through my 20s and early into my 30s, self-care became not it would became more than just like self-care, taking care of my body so that I could give a massage. As I transitioned out of massage, it became about more than just being able to be physically ready to give a good massage. It became about like really tapping into my magic, tapping into my life force. All of these self-care practices that I'd been doing for so long allowed me to actually like connect with that part of myself, that magic, creative, loving, kind, nurturing, and giving part of myself that like I could give to myself so that I could give to others. And I could tap into my spark, what lights me up, what brings me joy, and that joy in a like like inadvertently, is that the word? That joy from within is shared without, right? And so I want you to take some time to just ponder like what helps you tap into your magic. Is it reading a book? Is it spending time with loved ones? Like what recharges you? What fuels you? What fuels your soul? What fills like your creative juices, your excitement, your like adventure for life? What really fills you up, excuse me, and fuels you up and fuels your magic in your life? Because knowing this is a fucking superpower. Like I said, I just did this for self care because I had to be able to give a good massage. And I was like, well, these are the things that some of the other massage therapists do, and like some of the things that I like, and like, oh, that felt really good. And I just like started exploring it and allowed myself to follow my curiosity. And that's what I still do today, is allowing myself to follow my curiosity. What do I need now? What would feel good in my body in this moment? For example, like, how do I want to move today? And allowing myself to intentionally add in these things, add in these practices, these rituals that allow me to tap into my magic. Because if we don't, I love this analogy. It's like you are going to vacuum your room and you don't plug the vacuum in. You can go all around the room. I think this is an Abraham Hicks analogy, but you can go all around the room and like vacuum everywhere. But if you don't plug the vacuum in, you're not going to actually suck up any of the shit. Or if you don't have the battery in, you're not going to actually like do anything in the room, right? You have to plug the fucking vacuum in. We get to tap into our energy. We get to plug into our magic. We get to allow ourselves, gift ourselves that opportunity each and every day. And it does not have to be a lot. There have been moments in the last few years where I have been working like flat out crazy times of like 16 plus hour days, like weeks in a row, where I still took a little bit of time each and every day to tap into my magic, even if it was literally like 5 minutes of standing, like sunflowering the sun. Sunflowering is when you like allow yourself to shine your, or like close your eyes, look straight into the sun, and just like allow the sun to hit your face and then follow the sun like a sunflower head, right? If you've ever watched sunflowers in your garden during the day, they face the sun. So sunflowering your face for 5 minutes. And maybe it's petting your dog or giving your kids some snuggies, or I don't know what it is. What is it for you? Share it with me. Share it with me on Instagram and tag the podcast. Like, share a little photo of you enjoying your magic practice, like tapping into your magic. What makes you feel connected to you? What turns you on in your life? Tag me. I want to know. I would love to connect. And thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope that this like inspires you to really just ponder, reflect, allow yourself to be curious about what feels like you're tapping into your magic, or like what empowers you to tap into your magic. Because when we follow these little bits of curiosity, when we follow these little nodes to ourselves, it allows us to expand, it allows us to grow, it expands our energy, it connects us into source, it connects us into the universe, it connects us into the fabric of goodness. And what we, right, like energy, or like energy attracts like energy, right? So where energy goes, attention flows, right? Or where attention goes, energy flows. And it's just so important where we focus, right? So Why not focus on more magic in your life? Why not focus on creating connection with yourself? Why not focus on living this life on purpose with purpose now? Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. And in love, light, and so much gratitude, go tap into your magic. Peace.